About to roll out of the house. Busted out some roses this morning. Gonna paint those in later. I've never biked on this grass before, but there's construction back there, so I'm being forced to. I forgot to put my plugs in this morning. I don't know if you can see them right now. So I'm going back to my house to put them in. You know, if I left them out for 24 hours, it'd be fine. They would shrink a tiny bit. It'd be a little tight when I put them back in. In fact, I sometimes intentionally leave them out if I want them to sort of tighten up a little bit if they've gotten a little loose. There's a lot of misconceptions about gauges and how you get gauges. You know, by gauges, I mean holes in your ears. Yes, I have large 3/4 of an inch holes in my ears. I started doing it in 2009. Okay, how do I best show you this? Here are my plugs. Wah! I have experience gauging both of these ears, stretching both of these ears in the two different ways that, to my knowledge, you can stretch your ears. And here's what they are. Way number one. And way number one is not better or worse than way number two. There's just an immediacy to one of them where the other one takes longer. So in 2009, I pierced, I don't even remember anymore. Yeah, I pierced this ear, just like a regular 18 gauge piercing, which is like what, you know, most people, women just have. Why did I do that? I don't know. I was a rebel and I thought it was cool. And what you do is you start with that little 18 gauge small piercing, and the sizes of earrings goes up by, I don't know, I think it's 2 millimeters. You go from like an 18 to a 16 to a 14 to a 12 and all the way down to like 0 or 00, and they're slowly getting wider and wider. The thing is, because the increments are so small, when you put in a new one, it feels a little bit tight, but it doesn't actually hurt. And you wait for about 2 weeks to have one earring in before going to the next size, and eventually you can get as big as you possibly can. These things are very stretchy. So I had this one gauged ear, and there was no even piercing on the other side. And finally, I think it was my junior or senior year, I was like, this is stupid looking. I need to balance this out. So I didn't want to have to wait to get my ear pierced, wait like 3 months to let it heal, and then stretch it would take another 3 or 4 more months to get to this size. So I looked it up and I went to like a very legit tattoo shop, and you can actually, believe me or not, pierce your ear to a gauge. Now here's where the misconception comes in. They do not hole punch your ear and a big piece of skin comes out. That's not how it works. Think of it as if they cut a slit down your ear long enough so that when you put an earring in, it just kind of stretches into a circle. So they actually do it with sort of like it almost looks like a scissor clamp, and there's kind of a half circle, half moon. So they pretty much just cut like a C in your ear and then put the earring in, and it just kind of expands around your ear and then it heals around your earring. I mean, they're really not gross. It's just skin healed all around. They're not like raw or fleshy because obviously you let them fully heal. And I can pull on these things really hard and it doesn't even hurt. And you know, with my tattoos and my earrings and everything, some people, like my parents and stuff, always ask me like, do you really think you're gonna like want this stuff forever? Do you think you're ever gonna regret it at some moment in time? And obviously I don't know the answer to that. All I know is how I feel about them right now. I think why I was attracted to them is that growing up the way I grew up, there was this notion that most people assumed, and I guess my community, that if you have tattoos and gauges and earrings, you're just like, you're kind of a screw up. You're like weird, you're not very professional, you're probably a little bit coarse and aggressive, and things that I don't identify at all with. I consider myself a very creative, intellectual, very professional, hardworking, serious, compassionate, ethical person, but I didn't like that people in my community, surrounding school, family, would judge other people simply based on how they looked. I mean, whether you like it or not, it's a form of prejudice if you look at someone and say, because of the way they treat their body and look, I'm going to assume they're of some sort of ideological group, or maybe they're aggressive or rough or uneducated. It's absolutely prejudice. There's no difference between that and racism. It's judging someone by the way they look, and we know it's not about what you look like, but it's about your integrity, who you actually are inside. So I think the reason that I really did want to get into this stuff and tattoo my body and put holes in my ears is just breaking this notion, kind of breaking the mold that no, you can do this stuff and be an absolutely sort of awesome person that contributes to society equally as if you just kind of wore a suit all day and didn't have these things. It doesn't freaking matter. So, of course, I don't know, will I regret these things later in my life? Who knows? But for now, I like them. I want to continue wearing them to encourage other people to express themselves and be weird and different and unique if they want to. You know, I have that sort of urge and inkling in my body to, I don't know, just express myself and be kind of weird. And I think these things sort of help me do that. And aren't they just awesome? Oh yeah, one last fun sort of benefit besides just kind of looking cool and strange with having gauges is you can stick stuff through them. I cannot tell you how many like kind of little children I've made laugh by saying like, hey, take that stick and put it through my ear, or like, you know, a finger or a fork or a straw. I have cousins in Boulder here in Colorado that when I visit them, they stick a straw through my gauge and then like put it in a cup and drink through my ear. It's great. All right, speaking of expression, I'm gonna go to dance class. Remember just like a day or two ago it was snowing? It's like 65 right now. Just eating oranges in a t-shirt, headed to the gym after dance class. What a beautiful, beautiful thing. Alright, I just had a really nice workout again. My body is really starting to heal from these various micro injuries that I've had for like, it's almost been a year. It's kind of stupid, but I'm feeling really good. Hello, Chris.
Hey, guys.
What's up? Hey, Greg. Yeah. Okay, this is gonna be quite sketchy to take off. I should have done this on a bat if I was a good potter. But I'm a wild potter. Oh!
Oh, no.
I'm telling you guys, pottery is the ultimate life teacher of non-attachment. So good. Penne pasta with some spinach, broccoli, and actually the leftover hummus from last night, I'll be honest. Oh, hell yeah. I'm bringing you to the good light. Dude, that is awesome. I'm so freaking proud of those. This is a breakthrough happy day for me in my artistic pursuits as an aspiring tattoo artist. I'm really happy with that painting of Flash. It's called Flash, Tattoo Flash. It's sort of that look of like kind of American classic watercolor painted tattoos. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed a happy man. I don't have class tomorrow. I have a lot of things to do. It's gonna be just as busy, but I don't have class. Much love, Jim Extreme.